What is your first impression of someone else? It's their body. It's how they present themselves physically, their appearance. I used to look back at my younger pictures and I feel actual disgust. I feel actual pain and dissatisfaction with my body because of how bad it looks. I look so skinny, yet I'm so fat in my face or some shit like that. I look so small because no girl will feel comfortable around me because of my inability to protect them. And so I started gymming with this huge hunger to change my body up, to look good for myself and for other people. And this is what you need for yourself. Think of how when you are being small, you lose respect from other people, you lose the attraction that you could have got, that your body is capable of, and you lose confidence in yourself just because you're lazy to work out. If you truly want to change your body, this is the right way to do it without looking like a stupid idiot who doesn't know how to gym. Before talking about the process of gym, this is the most important concept of working out. The foundation to building your strength and growing your muscles, and that is to train to failure. What does that mean? Failure means that you can't do any more repetitions, that your muscle is fully tired, you've reached a point of fatigue, and there's so much soreness and pain, and you have no more energy to do any more reps. That is failure, and that's the point you have to keep on working towards when you're in the gym. When your muscles cannot physically, it cannot exert any more energy, when it cannot move anymore, that is when you've reached failure. So how do we reach that point? We need to work out really slowly. Every single repetition, every single movement that you make, you need to be focused and truly present and feel every motion. And to do that, you need to be slow in your movements. And that is when your muscle is actually working fully, because no momentum is used and no built up energy is used to move that weight. And next is to focus on your movement. And there's two parts to your movement: the concentric motion and the eccentric motion. The concentric motion is when you shorten and contract your muscles. That is when like your biceps get closer to your hands. And the eccentric motion is when your hand lengthens and it kind of relaxes in a way. But when you're working out, we feel like once we've done that motion, then we are done with the weight and we just drop it down. But that is the mistake most people make. They do not focus on the eccentric motion. They just feel like they've done that repetition, but in reality they've only done 50% of it. 50% is the concentric and 50% is the eccentric. When you focus on this downward motion, the eccentric motion, that's when you actually basically double your growth and your progress. I don't know the science behind it, but that's what you should do. Focus to slow down your eccentric motion and feel the whole process. So paired with the concept of being slow, you need to slowly lift the weight up and slowly let it down. That is one repetition. Now I'll talk about your form. You've heard this word a lot. What does it actually mean? The form is the control of every single motion and every single muscle in your body to do one workout action. And the purpose of your form is to isolate that one muscle to grow it in the most efficient way possible. Your form for different workout for different muscles will be different, but to summarize, and the basics of it is to make sure every single other part of your body that you're not working out, every single other muscle is fixed in place, and you're only moving that one muscle that you're working on. This is the right form. Every other muscle besides your biceps are fixed in place, except for your bicep, which is the only one that is moving. And this is how you lift like an idiot. Even though you're lifting high weights, if your form is not correct, then you are still an idiot because you're not training for muscle growth. And maybe you can impress some people that don't know shit about the gym, but you're still an idiot. And one more thing about training to failure: you will feel pain. And if you're not mentally strong enough, then you should not work out at all. If you're not feeling pain, you're not working hard enough, then there will be no results, and you might as well not work out. You will feel headache, you will feel the muscle soreness, you feel it hard to breathe, which is a weird thing, but you would breathe very painfully and you just feel tired overall. That is the pain that you have to go through for the progress that you want. So now for the actual working out, this is something that you need to know, that you must know. So if you're training for strength, the rep range will be low, which is like around 4 to 6, and your weight will be high. But if you're training for muscle growth, hypertrophy, then your reps will be mid-range. So around 6 to 12, but like best is 8 to 10. If you're training for endurance, which most people don't train for, over 12 reps is good for endurance. Our priority to look good, to look aesthetic, is to train for muscle growth. So since that is our priority, try to train to failure in the mid-range of reps, which is 6 to 12. And there's one very important concept for muscle growth, and that is progressive overload. Basically, you need to increase your weight and your reps day by day as you train, as you grow stronger, and as your muscles get bigger. And this is how progressive overload looks like. In your first day of training bicep curls, you will be weak, but that's okay. And you will lift like 5 kg for 6 reps, and then you will reach failure. The next day you do that same rep exercise. Try to increase the reps, so maybe you can do 8 this time, and the next day you do 10, and then one day you can do 12 reps of 5 kg. And once you've reached that point where you can reach 12 reps and then train to failure, then it's time to increase the weight. Increase to 7 kg, and this time you can only do 6 reps. But that's okay because you've already upped the weight and you're still upgrading. And so this is 5 kg, and then you have 6 reps, and then you increase until 12 reps. And then this is 7 kg, you've elevated, you've leveled up, and then 6 reps, and then 12 reps, and then 10 kg, 6 reps, train until you have 12 reps, and that's how you level up day by day. And you need to record your progress, make sure to train to failure, and keep track of your form, train slowly, your eccentric motion and all that. It's not really that hard once you get used to it, but that is the basics of it. And one more extra thing that I want to talk about is your rest time. The rest time during your gym workout session. I see a lot of idiots that do low weights and they don't reach to failure, and then they continue their next set without much rest, even though they're not knowing that their muscles are not even growing. You're not training for stamina or cardio to run a marathon. You're training for muscle growth. So it's okay to rest. What's wrong with resting until your muscle fully recovers, until you tear it to failure again? So even 5 minutes of rest is normal. It's okay for muscle growth, as long as it fully recovers until your next set, and then you hit 5 failure again and you rest again. This is my guide for how to not gym like an idiot, and it's mostly for beginners. But if you're making any mistakes that I've talked about in this video, then try to change it so you don't look like an idiot to the other people. To you, joining us on this journey of self-improvement, our future is bright.